you know what this is, by the way?
What, the marker?
No, this.
This is it a paddle that?
It's just a white stick.
Yeah.
Which has 3 crosses on this side and 3 on this side. Gives us how many in total? How many in total?
There is 6 crosses there.
Good start if you're amazed some of the answers we get. If I get rid of one, that leaves how many?
It's 5.
Okay, golden rule number 1. Whatever happens on one side happens on the other side too. Don't worry, we'll start again for those of you that weren't quite ready. Remember when we had a stick with 3 crosses on each side? Cool. If I get rid of this one here and this one here, that leaves us with the one on the top, yes?
Yeah.
Not the 2 that were down the bottom. Look, we'll slow it down. We'll lose the middle one. And when you lose the middle one, it leaves us with the fun one. Do you know why we call it the fun one? Call it the fun one because you can flick it up to the top. Wait a second, it will come back down. Now, if I get rid of that, that gets rid of everything, but it still leaves the ink on the finger.
Yeah.
Now, as long as you've got the ink on the finger, you can throw it back. Check it out. Have a look.
Just want to show people, like, I am holding this, and this is
infuriating.
Already, yeah. Like, this. Look at this. This is just a
white stick.
Yeah, a white stick. That.
They sell them in the back of Ollivanders and Diagon Alley.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. Before we get started, I just have a few short messages. First off, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this podcast. It's the best way to help us grow and help me get on bigger and better guests. Also, don't forget you can pre-order my book, To the Moon, The GameStop Saga, right now by following the links in the description below. We've also got a few quick sponsors for the show today. Keep It 100 with Dakota and Chorsey is a podcast that takes an inside look at the relationship of 2 friends and what shapes them. It might be all about 2 friends, but the show is far from sweet and wholesome. It's not for the faint of heart, so don't listen if you're overly sensitive or around your grandma, unless you want a lecture about the degradation of society. If you've always dreamed of a podcast where they can discuss whether gerbils masturbate, or pitch a pad thai hentai fusion restaurant, then this is the podcast for you. Though, if that is what you're dreaming of, I would like to refer you to a psychiatrist. New episodes of Keep It 100 are released every Monday, and you can check out their website at ki100pod.com for new episodes, merch, and to sign up for their newsletter completely free. That's Keep It 100, available wherever you get your podcasts. Keep it nasty, keep it 100. Links for everything will be in the description below. So, check them out, and then please enjoy the podcast.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Lovely. So, hello and welcome to another episode of Chatter. Today I am here with Magicman London. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, not a problem, man. It's going to be a fun one, I think. I've not interviewed a magician before, and you already blew my mind with some of your tricks, so I'm looking forward to seeing some of this.
Some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I'm out in the real world.
Yeah. I mean, first time for me getting to really have some time to interact with a magician. So,
yeah,
you've already displayed to me that I should never trust anyone playing cards.
Don't tell everyone that.
But anyway, yeah, let's just start with what is magic, man? What is it?
Wow, go straight in with a hardcore question. What is magic? I think it's kind of a sense of disbelief, like something that you don't normally see. I'm lucky that I get to see it every day, and I think that everyone should see live magic at least once in their life. But nothing I do is like magical. I use cards, coins, and other stuff to get magic into your head, and then your brain does all the hard work for me. That's the way I look at it anyway. It's just about having fun. That's magic at the end of the day. If you can put a smile on someone's face, you've done your job. If you can make it memorable, even better. Yeah, just have fun. I think that's what magic is. Have fun doing what you do.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a sense of wonder that you're really like giving people that feeling. It's like we were talking about before, that they're 5 years old again.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, Stole my nose.
Or the old thumb trick.
Yeah. Which is that the most basic magic trick?
There's probably easier ones. Because, the thumb one's not as easy as people... I only found out about it like 6 years ago. So I suddenly went, everyone like, you know how to do this one, don't you? I'm like, no. I know how to do like really complex sleight of hand, which when you get really professional, you actually just use the easy stuff, which is so much nicer. So you start off learning the easy stuff, then you go on to the medium and then the hard stuff, and then you realise the best reactions come from the easy stuff. It's like, thanks, all those hours of practice, but they are worth it. And we practice between 3 and 5 hours every other day. Yeah, but you're not sitting down in like those 3 to 5 hours. You're doing it in like half-hour segments. But you enjoy it. It's like you try everything. If you haven't got a method for something and you want to make a coin vanish, drop it on the floor. It's an awful method, but it's a start.
I mean, it's do you enjoy the simple tricks more? Do you have like a genre of tricks that you prefer above all the others?
I think magic that happens in people's hands is the best sort of magic. I'll do one on you later and you'll be like, no, you can't do that. Because if I've got a pack of cards in my hands, I can manipulate them in a certain way. When you're holding onto a card, there's nothing I can really do. And like in the hand is the best place for it to happen.
So how was Hogwarts when you went?
Amazing.
Yeah.
The film doesn't make it look as good. But in the end, they kind of blow it up, basically. It's like, don't do that. Oh, what about all the hiding places? But obviously in Gryffindor, put the sorting hat on. I was just like, I thought I need to be in Gryffindor. Hogwarts Express. Not as comfy as it looks.
No?
No.
What about the little chocolate frogs?
Oh, they're great. Yeah, they're like, when you break them open, they're like strawberry and stuff.
So how long, when you were first learning, what age did you start?
Got into it when I was about 6 years old. My dad used to do it as a hobby. Showed me the basic trick, the one where you take a coin, make it disappear, pull it from behind someone's ear. And the second you see that as a 6-year-old, it's the best thing in the world. So I want to know. And then you find out how it works. It's like, oh, okay, thanks. So that's the one downside about being a magician. You know how everything works. And then you don't care anymore because you see the reactions on people's faces. And all of a sudden you're forgetting about the methods. You're just having fun doing it. And that's where the real magic happens, when you're no longer thinking. A bit like driving a car. When you first start learning, it's like down on the clutch, come off the accelerator, find the biting point. Stalled a few times. That's what magic is. And then the more you do it, the more relaxed you get with it. You turn on the ignition and you drive. You don't think about anything else. So that's where my magic's got to in the last 6-7 years. Just suddenly overnight you start noticing the small things that make the big difference.
So what point were you not? What point was the first time when you really you felt like it wasn't frustrating anymore? Like how long does it take to get to that point where you're not worrying about messing up? You're just able to have a little bit of fun.
I don't think you ever worry about messing up because it's not like you're a brain surgeon. If you make a mistake in that, you've got issues. If I get the wrong card, so what? And I think you can apply that to so many different things. People going, what if this happens? What if that happens? It's like, well, just deal with it. Yeah, just have fun doing it. It's like, I've got friends who have like jobs in the city and they hate what they do. It's just like, well, change your job. It's like, no. It's like, why not? Well, it puts them outside their comfort zone. I will literally talk to anyone and do pretty much anything within the law. just to clarify that. But the worst case scenario is someone goes no. So okay, rephrase it. People are afraid of no. It's like, don't be. Like, that just means it's not right for that person. Not everyone loves magic. I've done enough events that you'll find those 1 or 2 people that go, oh no, I don't believe in magic. We can normally convert them. But you get some of the people that just cross their arms. It's like, no matter what you do, you can bring an elephant into the room and I don't care. And there's no point trying to convert them. So you can't please everyone. But like social media, everyone sees that kind of Instagram life and it's like, oh look, he's out doing this, he's out doing that. But it's like there's some days where you just can't be bothered. But no one posts that. So yeah, as good as Instagram and social media looks, lots happens behind the scenes. Like we do have bad days. And we have bad gigs as well. There's that old saying, if someone goes, I've never had a bad gig, they haven't done enough. Yeah, we've died before. Like, done tricks that haven't worked, like on big tables. Like this is the man paying you and you've just messed it up. So what? Move on. Don't focus on the mistakes. Like, you know when you go to a bar and they've got that big tray of glasses and they drop them on the floor and everyone cheers. But the barman's already got the next round of glasses in. He's not paying attention to the ones he's just dropped. So if I drop a card on the floor, I'll probably make a trick out of it, as long as it lands face down. If it doesn't, so what? Have fun, improvise.
No, I think we've all been there in life. But like, how much of your tricks are planned out? You know, like the exact start to end. Because I know that at least some magicians do some tricks that when you start the trick, you're not sure where you're going to finish with it. You've got like numerous different possibilities as what direction it can go, just depending on what happens.
So there's some that I know start to finish, and I know where they're going. But other times, I'll just wing it based on the person I'm performing for. So it'll work on one person and won't work on the other person, which is where reading people is all of a sudden so important, and knowing when to do them. So if you do like the stick trick, which I'll do in a bit, you can't do that in the middle or something. That's got to be the opening trick because it's designed as an opener. So you've got your openers, your middles, and your closers. Again, it depends on the audience. If you're doing it in a group of people, it's different from if you're doing it one-on-one. And there's tricks you do at a corporate event that you wouldn't do at a wedding. Or hen dos. Yeah, you don't want to get them mixed up. But it's having the lines kind of at the back of your head. If someone throws a statement out, just have something that combats it in a nice way. So I think when people are starting in magic and they're like, they're making a mistake and someone goes, oh, I saw what you did there. They apologise. So what for? We make mistakes. And then the more you do it, you build up the stock lines. So if someone goes, I saw what you did there. It's like, great, so did I. And it just diffuses the whole situation. You're not focusing on that moment. I've had tricks in the past where someone's chosen the card, signed it, and I go, jumps into the wallet. They take the wallet out and it's a completely different card. And it's like, that's not yours, is it? And then you kind of wing it, see what happens. So yeah, we have fail safes built in. But there's some tricks that if they're going to go wrong, will go wrong, and there's nothing you can do. And it's really nice to do, knowing that this could go wrong. But you always need someone there. So many magic tricks are kind of, look how clever I am, whereas I like bouncing off other people. It's just like the ones we were doing beforehand, but you kept on choosing the same card. And it's like, how? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I personally thought that was maybe on purpose, and then for a tiny moment in my head, I was just like, are they all the same card?
Yep. That's the place that everyone goes to first because it's the first rational thought. There's one trick I do, and you get someone and they keep on choosing the same card. It's like they're all the same, and you spread the pack on the table, and they're all jokers apart from theirs.
Oh, that would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
What was like? Obviously, you've had a lot of successful tricks.
Yes.
What was the worst like mess up that you did? The just every plan and every sort of thing just out the window. Like no, that just didn't work at all.
Did card through window in a bar in London about 5 years ago. Really nice bar in the city. And I get the pack of cards and I throw it towards the window, not realising the glass isn't as strong as I think it is. And the pack goes through the window. And it's like, well, your card's now on the other side.
Well, at least you're prepared with the good punchline.
Yeah, and that's what it's got to be. You've got to do it enough that if it goes wrong like that, you don't go, oh, shit. Yeah, to make a joke out of it. And then you leave the cards on the street and you've got another pack of cards on the go. And everyone's like, they forget about the smash window.
I mean, I guess more rioters should learn that skill.
Yeah.
The ability to make people forget about the smashed window.
And it's gone. Yeah, and the bar was like, well, we're going to replace them anyway. Thanks.
So, like, when you're planning out a show, how much of it is like pre-prepared? Like, do you have like your set list in the same way a musician would, or do you have, say, just like, you've got obviously quite a repository of tricks after 10 years of this point.
Yeah.
But do you know which ones that you're going to do in what order? Like you say, you've got the opener.
Yeah.
But do you apart from, say, the opener, and maybe you've got some good closing tricks, like in between, or are you just like winging it, like improvising?
So at the back of our head, there is that set list, which in a worst case scenario, we can jump back to. But when you're working, people will go, there's this line I use, like, does anyone have a pack of cards? The amount of people that know when there's going to be a magician there will bring their own pack of cards going, use these. It's like, okay. And it makes it more amazing. So going back to the beginning when you said, what's magic? Borrowing an object is a lot better than me taking out my pack of cards, but I can't rely on it. Yeah, and I give the packs away normally at the end to prove there's nothing. And it would infuriate people that tiny bit more. It's just like, how? He's just given them to us. It's like, yep. It's like when I do a wedding, I use a blank pack. So rather than having the design on the front, I get people to write a message. So at the end, you get a bride and groom the pack of cards, and there's 52 messages on it.
That's a nice little.
Yeah.
That's a lovely little sort of memento as well as like it definitely adds a bit of flair to the trick.
Plus, it means you've been working. If you suddenly give them like 4 cards, it's like, okay. And people aren't used to seeing a blank card. So it's kind of a magical thing to start with. But yeah, the rest of the time we use these little things. Which are my little babies.
So what is your favourite trick to perform?
It's got to be the stick.
Yeah?
Yeah, stick's my little baby.
Okay, well that's a good excuse to get you to do a few then.
It is, isn't it? Here we go. I've got the sleeves actually, don't think I'm cheating. I am, just not the way you expect. Here we go. And we haven't been drinking, so we're all good. Here we go. Do you know what this is, by the way?
What, the marker?
No, this.
This? Is it a paddle that...
It's just a white stick.
Yeah.
Which has 3 crosses on this side and 3 on this side. Gives us how many in total? How many in total?
There is 6 crosses there.
Good start. If you're amazed some of the answers we get. If I get rid of one, that leaves how many?
It's 5.
Okay, golden rule number 1. Whatever happens on one side happens on the other side too. Don't worry, we'll start again for those of you that weren't quite ready. Remember when we had a stick with 3 crosses on each side? Cool. If I get rid of this one here and this one here, that leaves us with the one on the top, yes?
Yeah.
Not the 2 that were down the bottom. Look, we'll slow it down. We'll lose the middle one. And when you lose the middle one, it leaves us with the fun one. Do you know why we call it the fun one? Call it the fun one because you can flick it up to the top. Wait a second, it will come back down. Now, if I get rid of that, that gets rid of everything, but it still leaves the ink on the finger.
Yeah.
Now, as long as you've got the ink on the finger, you can throw it back. Check it out. Have a look.
Just want to show people, like, I am holding this, and this is
infuriating.
Already, yeah. Like, this look at this. This is just a
white stick.
Yeah, a white stick. That.
They sell them in the back of Ollivanders and Diagon Alley. Yeah, so that's the trick. 9 times out of 10 I'll open with. Because no one's really seen it before. And it beats a card trick hands down. Because if you get a pack of cards out walking up to a group, they're like, oh, we've seen this. So you have no idea what we can do with a pack of cards. But there is that stereotype of it's a card trick. You'll choose a card, I'll find it. So you've got to get as far away from that as you can. Ask someone to name one or just be almost too fair. It's like there's the too perfect principle. If something's too perfect, you've got to put a mistake in. And it's like, that's the hardest thing to do. Like, make it look like a genuine mistake when it's not.
That's got to be...
Yeah.
How much... So, obviously people could think that, like, a lot of magic is just sleight of hand, and obviously it is. There's a serious amount of skill involved in practicing with your hands and like the deck and getting the feel for whatever you're doing the tricks with. But there's a lot of psychology involved.
Oh, fuck it, loads.
So like at what point when you were starting to sort of dabble in magic, like from the coin and beyond, did you realize how much of it is like mind games as well as like your own sort of skill?
So I reckon the psychology probably came in 5-6 years ago without like realizing it, and then all of a sudden it's like, hang on a minute, let's look into this a bit deeper. And the second you find stuff out, you dig as far as you can. So some magicians I know don't go down the psychological route. It's like, fine, you're missing out on so much more. Like knowing how to read people. When we walk into a room, let's say we're doing a drinks reception, the last thing you want is to kind of walk in and someone goes, oh look, here's something. You want to go in, you want to grab a drink, you want to talk to people, and then we can start. It's like, when you get off the train or get off the bus, you don't suddenly walk. You go, right, here I am, this is where I need to get to. Think of an event, it's the same way as getting off the bus. Like you need to know how to read the room, and that's what experience teaches you.
So you didn't go like diving into like, I don't know, maybe you've read like some deep psychological books, or you like you've like really delved into you really delve into the psychology of how to screw people's heads, or is that just something that you learn like intuitively as you're sort of getting better at doing the tricks? Is that something that you picked up, or is that something like you actually?
So some of it you pick up, other things you read, or TED Talks are great. If you go onto like the TED website and type in psychology, there's loads of stuff. Or just listen to like TED Talk, watch them, even if you have no interest in the subject, because that's where your ideas come from.
What do you mean?
So there was one a while ago talking about optical illusions and stuff like that. I thought that's got nothing to do with magic, but I'll watch it anyway. And all of a sudden you're going, hang on, how's that working? And it's just messing with your head. A great one is there's a chap called Apollo Robbins. It's called The Gentleman Thief. Amazing pickpocket. And if you search for him on like TED Talks, it's one of those things that you keep on watching again and again and again. And you always learn something different every time you watch it. And there's a little chap called Brian who sits at the back of your head. So when you ask a question and Brian needs to go and have a think, well, he's not looking forward. So you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, because I guess that's really what you're doing is like you're misdirecting people and messing with their head.
Yep.
Because that's the two fundamentals in a way of a good show.
Yeah. So someone years ago did an event. She went, "You do stuff differently to other magicians." I went, "Oh God, here we go." She went, "At no point did I feel like I looked away." And it's like, okay, that's the important bit. If they think for a second they looked away and missed something, I think you've kind of failed. Whereas if they go, "I didn't look away, I didn't let go," yeah, that's when you really start messing with people.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess if they've looked away, then they feel that you've done something in however that split second was, that they've missed something.
Yeah.
Whereas when they're looking directly at what they think, at least, is the thing that they need to be looking directly at, you still manage to trick them. Then they're just going, wait, hang on, no.
Yeah, there's that beautiful moment when the body goes, just give up. He's got you one way or another.
Do people get like angry sometimes?
Occasionally you can see it coming, so you just whack another trick in to like really annoy them, and then it gets to that level where they just they kind of go, you know what, there's no point. But yeah, there are some people, if you're out in a bar or something like that, you always start with the bloke, because if you do it on the woman first, they might think you're trying to nick them.
What, like this is like, okay, so my next trick, I'm gonna make your girlfriend disappear.
Yeah, you can have her back tomorrow. Yeah.
Is that why you really went for magic for the women?
Yeah. Let's be honest.
How good is it for?
No comment. Yeah, you can get away with stuff. So I remember doing a launch party years ago at like club in London, and I was outside because they had like a VIP area outside, and there was a woman wearing a onesie. And I got her to choose a card, put the card in, and made it disappear. I'm like, guess where it is? And she went, it's wherever you want it to be. I was like, right, okay. Got my hand, went down the onesie, and took the card out. And everyone was like, you get paid for that? Oh yeah. I went, yeah, more importantly, I don't get arrested for it. Yeah, so it's listening, it's understanding your audience. For the love of God, if you're outside a bar and they don't say that, don't do it.
This disclaimer, folks.
It's like,
don't look.
It's like, I'm a magician. It's like, yeah, you try explaining that to the police.
Yeah, don't go sticking your hand down people's onesies.
Yeah. Unless they ask.
Unless they ask. So, who would you say your biggest inspiration as a magician is?
Probably my dad to start with, because he's the one that got me into it. And I think when you're growing up, it's like, oh, we'll keep him occupied for a month or two, and then, oh God, he's actually doing it as a career. And then you amaze them with it. So years ago, I was doing a Christmas party. My dad was going to the same one as a guest. And I think it was the first time he saw the difference of me practicing at home to actually performing. It's a whole different ballgame. You're yourself plus like 10%. And he went, everyone listens to your every word. It's like, you can do anything. I went, yeah, but you have to be relaxed about it. The second you get cocky about it, you've gone too far. Again, reading your audience. Know how far you can push it. Nothing I say is dodgy. Unless I'm doing a Hendel or something like that, and then I can push it a bit. But yeah, that's the lovely thing about innuendos. I can say something that if a child's listening, sounds completely innocent. Adults, because we've got dirty minds, just jump straight to the worst case scenario.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah. And that's another thing, listen to people. Once you've done a trick, listen. Because that's where you get some of your best lines from. Yeah.
People like talking off the cuff, especially if they're a little bit drunk, their mind goes filthy, and you get some good.
It's normally the women who come up with the filthy stuff. Yeah. It's like one of them, I was doing an event, and it seems to be the higher end events seem to bring out the worst in people. Because they're smartly dressed, and all of a sudden the worst is coming out. And there was a woman smartly dressed, I reckon mid-50s. It's like, okay, I think I've got a good judge of character, like good sense of humour and everything. And someone went, can you pull a rabbit from your hat? And she went, no, but I bet he can pull a hair from his arse. And it's like,
that's fucking brilliant.
I'm remembering that. I would have never come up with that. And it's a bit like the stick. It's like, do you know what this is? I've had every answer underneath the sun. And then someone went, it's just a stick. It's like, that's what I need.
That's so funny, man. My mind immediately went to, no, it's a Smurf sex toy.
Someone the other day went, is it a COVID test? And I went, no, it's been around longer than that. And he went, yeah, we can go slightly rude here. The chat went, I said, what do you mean a COVID test? He said, well, if you put it up kind of your backside, is if you can smell it, you haven't got it. And if you can taste it, you haven't got it either. I'm just like, okay, I'll remember that one. So yeah, the one at the back of the head, just in case you need them. Yeah.
How many of the lines do you have prepared? Like the cheeky innuendos, or how much of it is like?
Oh, none. Yeah, it's just like if someone says something, the brain goes, "Don't worry, got this." Yeah, because if you have to think about it, you've lost that moment.
Yeah. I mean, but how often are you like recycling the same innuendos?
I don't know, because the brain just does what it needs to do. And if it doesn't work, it's like, okay, I'll give it 2 or 3 events, and if the lines aren't hitting as they normally are, it's like, am I saying it in the right tone? If I am, maybe they're just like not relevant anymore, so come up with new ones. Yeah.
So how were you, especially at the beginning, in the actual sort of performance stagecraft? Because obviously, like you've alluded to, it's about how you're delivering some of the stuff, and it's about how you're how you're presenting yourself, and you mentioned your dad noticed people are hanging on your every word.
Yeah.
Obviously, that takes probably a little bit of getting used to in order to sort of get on top of and learn how to handle that.
Yeah, that doesn't happen overnight.
No.
It's just like, listen to me, just follow everything I do. It's mostly done by going to bars and everything and road testing stuff, because you need drunk people. Because drunk people unintentionally will mess it up for you. And if you can deal with people in a bar when they're drunk, you can deal with anything.
As someone who ran an après-ski bar in which the end of the night, well, actually all the day and all the night was just the drunkest people you can imagine. And it was my job to literally get them that drunk and then deal with them.
Yep.
I'm aware as to how badly drunk people can fuck things for you.
Yep. But it sets you up for life. So if you can deal with that, a corporate event, a wedding, it's the easiest thing in the world. But you still get people who try and mess you up. And it's like, okay, which I think makes it slightly better. Just like, go on then, do that, monkey boy. And you're normally like 4 steps ahead.
Do you think that helped you in like real life? Like, did you become more confident just generally in your like demeanor and the way you were able to approach people? Just because
I just talk to everyone. It's just like, yeah, why not? It's like if someone goes to go to like networking events, it's like, yeah, but I network every day of my life when I go out. During lockdown, because we couldn't road test in normal way, I was walking the dog in the park. And one day, I'm walking the dog in the park, don't have my Magicman London t-shirt on or anything, and get talking to this woman. I go, let's do the stick trick. I go, do you know what this is? She's like, no. So you've now got a random stranger in the park who's got out a white stick and gone, do you know what this is? She goes, no. And then I grabbed the pen, and this is like, right, and I do the trick and everything. She was like, I wasn't expecting that. I have to tell my husband when I get home, I won't be very careful how you phrase that. If you go, this man came up to me in the park, got his stick out, drew on it, and then it was disappearing, things were coming back, and at the end I had a look at it and shook it, and it still didn't work. So he gave her a business card.
He had it in his hand and he was waving it around. And
and then he rubbed it off, and then he flicked it and it jumped up to the top.
This is definitely not a PG-13.
It's not, is it?
No. Not that really matters.
Yeah.
But do you want to do a couple of card tricks now since you brought?
Why not? I'll tell you what. Don't give those a shuffle first. Don't think I'm cheating or anything.
Yes, of course, I can do that. Oh, but you didn't tell me who your apart from your dad. Then who were your comedy or not comedy? Sorry, your magicians.
So there's a chap called John Carney from the States who I think is probably one of the best sleight of hand magicians in the world. And I've seen him live once. And he did a show in London and he did a lecture like the next day. And I watched the show and I sat down within the first 30 seconds. I just switched off my magic brain. Just enjoy this. It's like you're watching one of the best in the world. And it was right in front of you. And it's like, how? And it gives us that amazing feeling. Because when we're performing, we enjoy it and everything, but you don't get that same buzz that you get from watching it. And it's like, this is what everyone else experiences without us. Like, we get fooled occasionally, and it's a lovely moment.
How easy do you find that to switch off? Because I know, like, personally, so not that I'm particularly great, but like, so I play guitar and sing sometimes, and like, before COVID, I would have had a residency at one point, like just in a restaurant, and like I've performed enough to understand at least what it is to be on stage performing. But then a lot of the time when I'm watching bands, I find myself, and this isn't like it doesn't like detract from the
experience
of what you're watching, but I find myself like noticing things that I know other people aren't watching. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, do you find it easy to switch your sort of magic brain off, where you're picturing what's going on behind the curtain?
No, you can just literally switch it off. Just enjoy this. It doesn't happen very often, so just enjoy it. And normally your brain's one step ahead of you, so it's already turned off. Let's do this one. This one's fun. As we go through, just say stop for me.
Stop.
Cool, take that, have a look, remember it for me. you want to show me, it makes my life easier. And then just put it back for me. Whenever.
Right there.
Okay. Do you remember it?
I do, yeah.
Uh,
It's on camera.
it's on camera. Black card, yes?
It was, yeah.
Fairly high in value?
Oh, no.
No, okay.
Mm.
Where is it? I'll tell you what, try and find it for me. Just reach in and grab one.
This.
Cool, how did we do?
We didn't.
Let's have a look.
Proof. There we
Oh,
go.
what do we
It's not the
get?
same one.
Oh, that's the three of hearts. I'll tell you what, hold your fingers like this. Pinch, don't let go. Put the three of hearts in. Don't let go. What was yours?
Oh, the 4 of clubs. Fuck you. There we are.
There you go. So yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, when it happens in your hand and you're like, I didn't let go. Yeah, there's that beautiful moment. Because if you can't, if it just comes out, it's like, okay, it's good, but it's too perfect. Whereas getting you to hold on to it and you know it's not. And then there's that moment where I snap my fingers and I say nothing. And that's where your brain's going, no. And nothing I do can beat that moment. So, yeah. But look, if we give this a quick shuffle, you can track where the 4 is, by the way. Yeah? Look, try and find it for me. Just grab one. See, I don't have to do anything.
Do it again.
We'll do it one more time. Are you happy this is a genuine shuffle, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, just remember where it is. It's simple, isn't it? Look, reach in and just grab one. Look at that for a trick.
This is not funny. That is Irish.
Look. Give me a number.
Let's go for 9.
Why? Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is number 10, yes?
Yes.
This is number 9, this is number 8.
Yes. This is not funny. This is it blows my mind. I know this is the part that I think gets people. It's like, I know that you're doing something, and I know that.
Okay, we'll do nothing. Just cut the pack while you're talking.
Okay.
So just cut them anyway you like and put half here. Cool. Any reason you cut where you did? Just felt like it.
Yeah.
But you could have cut deeper or whatever.
I could, yeah.
And it didn't influence you in any way.
No, I mean, I don't think so. You could be playing serious mind.
I could be. It's like this is like poker face. Have a look where you cut. Yeah.
Are you forcing the pick there?
No.
No.
No, I'm using a bucket load of misdirection, but psychology at the same time. So yeah, let's try another one. Just grab one. Cool. Have a look. Remember it. Show the camera. And then put it back. You're not trusting me now. How far down would you say it was?
Because it's the same card again, like earlier.
Oh. How far down would you say it was?
Oh, it's about 40% of the way.
Hold your hand up for me. Put your other hand on top, and then square everything. So at the moment, it's what, halfway down?
Yeah, we said that.
Unless I do this.
Where is it now?
Check it out, have a look.
Once again. Oh, it's just wild, man. Like you really are just like.
It's not fair, is it?
No, it's not fair. It's really not fair.
Yeah, and we're slowing everything down.
Yeah.
It's like, look, we're proving. It's like, look, how far down is it? And I'm doing nothing. I'm literally. If I suddenly went, it's halfway down, and then I squared the pack, I could do something.
Yeah.
But I'm literally putting it in your hand so you can see it. So you're doing it all for me.
Like, I mean, I know in the back of my mind, or in the front of my mind, that by the time you've given it to me, you've already fucked with it. But I can't see where you're doing that. Like, because I know that, like, by the time you've given it to me, it's already happened, right?
Not always.
No?
No.
Why not? Like, yeah. In what? I don't know. Is this some real like wizard shit then?
Oh god, yeah. Forget Harry Potter. He needs CGI to do magic. I come along and it's just like, yeah, just need these. A white stick, basically. But I do have a magic wand at home that I do use. No, not that kind.
Oh, I bet that plays at fucking Hindu's. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna get my magic wand out. Ooh.
Yeah. Grab it from a hat. Yeah, not suitable for kids' parties. Mummy, what's that? No. But yeah, it's just about having fun and not caring about it at the end of the day. Let's do this one because I know this one's going to freak you out.
Okay.
So here we go. We've got the two jokers.
Yeah.
And the two jokers start off life in the pocket. Yes?
Yeah.
And then you just grab one. If that's the 4 clubs, I have no responsibility.
Okay, it's not the 4
Cool.
clubs.
Put it back for me. Cool. I can tell you one thing about your card. It's not a joker.
No.
Do you know how I know that?
Well, because the jokers are in your pocket.
They're in the pocket. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Cool. Hold your right hand out for me. Cool. Put your other hand on top. What I want to do is think about your card.
Okay.
Cool. Now you're thinking about it. Hang on. Can you reach from out there?
Mm.
Can you see it?
I mean, sure.
That's right. It's that way around. 2 of clubs, yes?
Yes.
But then
No,
you
I think
can...
it's the other way around now.
Oh, sorry.
You've got it upside down as well.
That's all right. We can keep it upside down because then we can throw it in between the jokers.
Once again, people. And again, I know that you fucked with it before I have it in my hand. But I cannot get my...
This is why magic needs to be experienced in the real world rather than through like social media. Social media, if you go on my Instagram, there's loads of magic and it's great. But nothing will ever beat doing it on someone. That's handed wrong, but we'll go with that.
On someone, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, because the whenever you see magic that's done, especially when it's done on social media, Facebook, Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram, whatever, the initial reaction is, well, okay, they've done something with.
There's an edit or something like
there's an
that.
edit.
Yeah,
that's just the immediate reaction from people.
Yeah.
Do you not like the magicians that are all about their social media platforms and that's where all their tricks come from, or do you just sort of accept that that's a thing?
The problem is I look at some social media magic and it's like, that's done for the camera. It's like, I know how it's working. So what you're showing them proves it's a fake reaction. Because they're looking at the moment, they're seeing the stuff that, because of the way it's filmed.
Yeah.
Like, you know they're in on it. So every trick I've got on my Instagram, there isn't one edit on it. I literally record it and maybe change the colouring a tiny bit. But that's it. There's no edit. Apart from, obviously, you know when you push record and you've got that few seconds.
Yeah.
I get rid of those. Because otherwise it's one take. And then I might have to retake it, but I don't cut things together. Because the second someone thinks there might be an edit, you've lost the magic. If you can't do it in the real world, like, there's no trick that I do on my Instagram that I can't do in the real world. And that's what it comes down to. I mean, there's TV magicians who don't, well, you know how I'm talking about, who I don't think is a great magician. I don't actually classify him as a magician.
Okay.
Like Dynamo. Lots of edits, and it's just like, I don't know, he doesn't fit into a category. And a lot of the stuff he does, you can't do in the real world. There's a few corporate people I know who booked him for an event a while ago, and they wanted to phone in Boswell. Can't really do that in public. It's just like, right, if you're going to do that amazing thing on camera, make sure you can do it as like if someone books you for it. Like a woman years ago saw this stick on Instagram and went, bet you can't do that live. And I went, how much do you want to bet? And she went, I don't know. I said, how about if I turn up and I can't do it, you get the event for free. If I can do it, you pay me double. She was like, yeah, okay. If a magician ever says, if I can't do it in the real world, I'll do it for free, do not take that bet. So I turned up, full walked in the house, did the trick, and she was like, oh, shit. It's like, yep. And I gave her the stick. She went, "You've got to tell me how it works." I went, "Fine. It's not released yet. It's called the iStick. It's got like electronics and everything inside." She was like, I said, "I'll drop you an email as soon as it's available." It doesn't exist.
Oh man.
And then
amazing.
I was just pure evil at the end. So she had it sitting on the table with the crosses on. And I got another one out my pocket and put Sharpie on the crosses. Sharpie doesn't come off. So now she sees it on the table as it was when she left it there. Get a phone call a few days later going, "Can't get the crosses off." I went, "What?" She went, "I can't rub them off." Well, no, only I can. And then I caught up with her a few weeks later in London. She brought it with her. She went, "Look, I can't do it." She handed me the stick. I quickly switched it and rubbed them off.
Did you ever tell her that, or is it
No.
the first time she's going to find this out?
Yeah.
She's watching.
She's watching. It's like, the little bastard. Yeah. So that's where like the real magic happens. When someone goes, "Oh no, you just can't do that." Yeah, just switch it. Here's a top tip though, not for this trick. If you put Sharpie on something that you didn't mean to, if you go over a whiteboard marker, it comes off.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's a good trick.
I found that out when I was first coming up with this. I put Sharpie on it and went, "How do you get a Sharpie off?" And went whiteboard marker and it rubbed straight off. Yeah.
I'm going to remember that.
There you go.
That's a good trick to know.
Yeah. Trick you can do at home.
Yeah.
Just as a slight thing, don't start drawing on all your walls. Try it.
Yeah. Do not try this at home.
Yeah. Here's your 52-inch plasma. Look, mummy. Yeah, it doesn't work on all surfaces.
So what do you think of people, like say, I completely blanked on the name now. The guy who went up into the sky in the balloons.
Oh,
David Blaine.
yeah.
I forget the name. Yeah. What do you think? Do you class a lot of what he does as magic? Because he obviously markets himself as a magician.
Yeah.
He does do like some magic as
So
well.
his street specials were great. And then he started doing these stupid stunts. Like, "Oh look, here I am in Perspex box by Tower Bridge." The only good thing about that is when someone got a drone and flew a Big Mac up. And landed it on top. It's like, do it in America, they will lap it up. Over here, it's just like, that's a bit silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like freezing himself in a block of ice. It's like, that's a stunt, that's not magic. You don't need anyone there for that. And then remember the one he did, I think again in London, where he's standing on all those boxes. It's like, what's the point? Yeah, that's a stupidity. And it's like, yeah, no thanks. I used to like him, and then I met him a few times at a few magic conventions. Yeah, you're better off watching him on TV.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he not that good in person?
Well, no, he doesn't do anything. He
Really?
just sits there. And it's like, okay. Yeah, fine.
I mean, what did he? He went on Joe Rogan and he did that trick that he had the.
Or was that the
He'd
frog or something?
swallowed the frog.
Yeah.
Which, blew my mind a little bit. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But again, I don't feel like it's magic.
No.
In that sense, it's like you're doing a cool trick.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong.
You've learned how to regurgitate.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a trick I'm working on at the moment that I used to, and again, because I didn't practice it, I forgot it. And you see it in Covent Garden quite a lot. They get a big balloon, like, when it goes up to like this height, and they swallow it. And it's epic. And the amount of jokes you get with it as well. So yeah, I'm going to start relearning that one. Because there's some beautiful lines that go with it. Like, does it come back? It's like, yes, a 12-hour turnaround. It goes in blue, comes out brown. Yeah.
Do you ever try any of those? Like, how much of those sort of like that crossover between like physical feats and magic do you do? Like, so you said you did the blockhead one. Is that the only one you do? Because I don't know, there's
blockhead I haven't done in years because it didn't fit my style anymore. And then everyone started doing it. And when everyone starts doing it, it's the time to stop it. Because otherwise it's like, oh, did he get it off so-and-so? And unless you can make it massively different, yeah, it's been done. Like the white stick, no one else really does it. and it's my little baby, and it's like I've done it like 8,000 times and still love it. And I think that's the key to a good trick. If you can do it for years upon years and still love it, yeah, it's a keeper.
Like how much room for doing it yourself, or like coming up with your own tricks even, is how much is that possible? Because obviously magic's been around a long time.
Yeah.
So obviously there's been a lot of things already done.
Yes.
How difficult do you find it to come up with something like original, or are you mostly trying to find new twists on classics?
So the stuff that you come up with completely by mistake is some of the best stuff. Right.
Without thinking example.
Do a trick with a party popper.
Oh right.
So you'll be at a party, get someone to choose a card, sign it, and then they throw you a party popper, and you open it up, the cardboard on the bottom, and the inside is their signed card. That was me one day at an event, not working, saw a party popper and went, ooh, this might be fun. No idea on method though. So you just try it and fail like abysmally. It's like, okay, but there's something there. And then you just go to the Poundland, buy all the party poppers you can find, and just sit down and see what you can do. And then sometimes people give you ideas for tricks. So I do a great one with the lemon. So you ask someone like borrow a banknote, ideally a 50, because they look the best and people pay attention to the trick.
Yeah.
And I did it at the Langham Hotel like before COVID was really a thing. And I'm about to leave and I'm like, can you do one more? And the chat has to, does anyone have a £50 note I can borrow? And the chat goes, yeah. So I take the banknote. And
that's corporate events, mainly, I'm going to guess, then, with the 50s.
Yeah. It's like, do you have a fiver?
Yeah.
Fives work, but 50s are more important. And yeah, even if you're wealthy, a 50 still, you want to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
And I take the 50 and fold it a few times and turn it into a 10. And he went, I gave you a 50. I went, didn't you give me a 20? And he's like, no, definitely gave you a 50. And he's like, we'll come back to it, don't worry. And they've signed it. And then you do a few more tricks, like, where's the 50? And I was like, don't worry, we'll come back to it. And he goes, I've got to go now. And they're like, what? Where's my 50? I went, have a gin and tonic. He's like, what? I said, I'll have a gin and tonic, thanks. And he goes, okay. And he goes to the barman, it's like, have a gin and tonic. And the barman goes, we're out of lemons. He's like, I don't mind, there's a bowl full in the next room. So he goes, comes back with the lemon, gives it to the barman. The barman cuts the lemon open and signs £50 notes inside. The barman looks at me. I'm like, I didn't do anything, he just grabbed the lemon. And the chap goes, I'll be back in a minute. I went, where are you going? He says, to get the rest of the lemons.
Oh, that's incredible.
And he comes back with like 20 lemons and starts cutting them open. It's like, I'm going to leave on that note.
Literally.
Yeah.
That note, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. And he did actually let me keep it, which is nice.
Oh,
yeah.
That's nice of him.
Yeah.
Is it still legal tender if it's signed?
Yeah. I think so, anyway. It's like, I did one a few weeks ago, when the new 50s came out. I was up in town.
I'm not that rich. I didn't realise that.
Magicians keep an eye on banknotes. Because there used to be great tricks we could do with the paper ones, like tearing a corner off. Can't do that now. You can get scissors. Yeah, the horrible things. And the chap gives me a £50 note, and it's one of the old ones. I went, have you updated your banknotes? He's like, what do you mean? I said, well, have you updated them? He's like, no. I said, well, the old banknote, I've got the new banknotes inside. He's like, what do you mean? So I folded it in front of him, open it up, and it's one of the new ones. And he's like, I said, there you go, there's your note back. And he's like, is it a genuine note? I went, yeah, of course it is. And he's like, yeah, can I have my other one back? I was like, yeah. So I just folded it up, unfolded it again, and gave him his paper one back. And he's like, yeah. And went, next time you do that, he says, I'm checking the serial numbers. So I've now got this image of him kind of going to the bank to pay it in to make sure it's a genuine note.
So you get arrested going into the next shop trying to pay it.
It's not my fault. Who gave you this banknote, sir? Magicman.
Yeah.
Right, can you come with us?
Oh,
yeah.
That's brilliant. What do you think the most original trick you've ever come up with is?
Most original. Probably the stick.
The stick?
Yeah. Such fun. And so, yeah, and the amount of comedy you can get out of it. Like some of the answers I've had are just like epic. And again, the most at the back of the head. It's been a dwarf's cricket bat, pregnancy test, COVID test is the latest one. A little thing you put in your garden, you know, when you're wiping vegetables, whatever. It's like, yeah.
See that?
Yeah. And when you're doing a hen do and you get it out, and it's like, do you know what this is? If they go a pregnancy test, it's like, we'll find out later.
That's brilliant.
So, yeah, you bounce off them because they tell you how far you can go. Corporate is normally when you can get, like, the really dirty stuff. But I let them start it.
Okay.
I
would have said that the opposite was true. That the corporate ones you would have maybe had to be a little more professional. Because I know I've heard from comedians especially that when they go to do corporate gigs that like unless you're someone who they literally just know that you're going to be once you that you get to a level and then they just know that there's no way they can control what you're going to say. Like someone like Tim Dillon goes to a corporate event, it's like you have to be prepared that this man is not going to be like sanitized. He will go up there at a corporate gig and insult everyone in the room. Yeah. And he will do that abusively, but you know that that's what you're getting. So
when you first start a corporate gig, you've got to be professional. And the second they get relaxed and have a few drinks, you can almost see them change. So, okay. And you have to pay attention to each group. Because some will throw out the dirty comments, which you can reply to. Some won't. And if they don't, you don't return them. Yeah. So someone goes, do you know where my card is? I'll let them answer it. Rather than me going, guess what I'm going to do next?
So you're basically you're laying it up for them to see how they return it. Like,
yeah.
I guess that's probably the point of you got to try and create like the most open-ended questions that you can have in order for them to jump at the chance to be as filthy as they want to be. It's
also the tone at which you say it. So if you get the stick out and go, do you know what this is? They're not going to try anything funny. Because if you get it and go, do you know what this is? Yeah. You can almost see their brain going. It's like, it's not that. Which automatically puts the dirty thought into their head. Yeah.
See that.
And that's how you read them. So that's kind of where you decide what tricks you're going to do.
Okay. So, but then does it, I guess you maybe have like okay, well, this trick worked. Then I'm going to have to go to then I know where it's going to go with this one.
Yeah.
Like that you're sort of like moving yourself along a track that you understand what one follows which one best. Like almost like a DJ, like, right, okay.
Well, you don't really think about it. That's when you know you're quite good. When it just happens, it just flows. And people go, oh, look at the way it flowed. And you're like, yeah, that's lucky enough. Because if you have to think about it, it's normally when you mess up. So I know what I'm capable of, but it's reading those people. That's the key to it.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get. Yeah, I guess it's a lot about psychology. Like you're understanding what works with what certain types of people.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you always? Was that always something you were interested in like figuring out people, or is that something that came along with the craft of learning?
Not really sure. I think it just kind of it suddenly happens and you're not aware of it, and then you are. It's just like, okay, yeah, I like messing with people's heads, like have fun, like psychologically. So some things you can do to really mess with people's heads. Next time you get into a lift, you know when you walk into a lift and you turn around, don't. And then if they're uncomfortable with that, you can then start saying lines such as, how strong do you reckon these cables are? When you go to Starbucks, they'll love me for this. You know they got their name badges. When they go, can I take your name, put on the cup? If you want to brand it, just say Magicman. Not if you're not, obviously. But say their name. So whether they're male or female. So if the woman serving you is called Sophie and they go, can I take your name? Just say Sophie with a straight face. Confuses the hell out of them. When you're putting your PIN number in somewhere, shout out a random 4-digit number. When asking for directions and you know you're going the right way, if someone goes, oh, it's down there on the left, just walk the other way. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have the time to spare to go the wrong way, though.
Oh, it doesn't have to be far. No. Yeah, it's just that first moment where they go, "What just happened?" Yeah. It's just so many. I might write a mini book or something. Here's 20 things that you can do to make it socially awkward.
That would be brilliant.
Whatever you do, don't walk up to a random policewoman going, "Can you handcuff me? I've got something to show you."
Do you want to tell that story? I know you went through it earlier. Do you want to tell that one?
Do I want to tell that one? Yeah, why not? I might leave a couple of bits out. So I was in London years ago with a group of friends, and they know I have no fear factor. It's like I'll do pretty much anything within the law. And it's a trick I do with handcuffs that came from a hen party. Again, kind of by accident. I was doing it and thought, oh, I've got something here. And I walked up to this policewoman who was quite nice. I went, "Can you handcuff me? I got something that I want to show you." And she was like, "Excuse me?" Don't try this now, by the way. She's like, "Okay." I said, "I've got something I shouldn't have and something that's fun." And she's like, "Right." So she gets her handcuffs out, whacks them on. I went, "Right, in my back pocket, I've got a pack of cards, take them out. Don't go for the other pocket." So she takes pack of cards out. I said, "Great, start shuffling." So and I go, "No, you shuffle like this." And she's like, "Okay." And then I go, "Look, just grab one." And all of a sudden, she goes, "Where are the handcuffs?" And I go, "I don't know." She's like, "No, seriously, where are they?" I said, "Take a guess." Again, this is not something that I would encourage you to do in London, especially at the moment.
Yeah, they're a little annoying.
And one thing I forgot, before I started, was I got a handcuff key as well. So I give her the handcuffs back, but I got my own pair, but her pair were better. So I produced the handcuffs, give them back to her, but I'm giving her my pair.
The story doesn't like it. It's still funny.
Yeah. So basically, she's like checking, and she puts them back, and they are genuine police handcuffs. I got hold of them. Don't ask me how. Same way I got the key. And she goes, "Thanks," and I wander off. But yeah, it's something that feels illegal but isn't. And this is so many years ago. And I can't remember the policewoman's name, but if she is listening, still got your handcuffs.
It still happened.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do one or two more tricks then for us before we wrap up?
Here we go. Name a card for me.
The Ace of Diamonds.
Ace or 8?
Ace.
Oh no, that would have been lucky, wouldn't it?
It would have been.
Yeah, damn it. Here we go. First of all, let's do it this way. Just grab one. Cool. Have a look. Remember, I tell you what. Can you sign your name on it for me? Don't mind, I know what the card is already.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. If you can just recap the pen as well. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Did I say sign your name or draw a picture?
Sign my name.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. I normally draw a picture. How far down would you say the Ace of Diamonds was? Just a stop.
There.
How far down?
It's about one. Well.
Cool. And if we give it a shuffle. Oh. Don't tell me now, little one. If I give it a shuffle, how far down?
I'd say the exact same place.
I'll tell you what, we'll start again. Remember when you signed your name on a card? Here we go. Cut the pack for me wherever you like. Yeah. Ace of Diamonds goes in, and then we can push it in all the way. Little cut. Means we can make it come out.
Mm.
But that's the easy part. The hard part's making it invisible. Can you see it?
I mean, figuratively.
Only I can, because
Okay.
I'm special like that. And then we can throw it on top of your pile.
Okay.
No, we'll do it slowly. Just put it back for me. Watch, this time we can even keep an eye on it. There it is. So say stop.
Stop.
Here?
Yeah, right there.
Cool, push it in all the way for me. Cool, watch carefully. Now Here's a question. Would you rather be lucky or skillful?
Lucky.
Correct answer. Do you know why? Give those a shuffle for me.
So why would I rather be lucky than
Oh,
skillful?
shame.
As you can see, this is why I was good at the counting tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So being skillful means if we can do that and that's your car, that's a good trick, yeah?
Yeah.
But that's what skill looks like,
That would be a good trick.
which is
anyway.
why it isn't. Do you know what being lucky looks like? Look, can you reach that or not? Probably, yeah. Reach into my jacket for me and find the wallet. Take the wallet out. Oh. Perfect. Now inside the wallet is a zipper compartment. Inside the zipper compartment is one card and one card only. Check it out for the look. It's not fair, is it? And that is your card.
It is my card. I
Yeah.
did sign it.
Here we go, look, we'll do it one more time. Hold your hand up for me. Ideally this one. And then put your other hand on top. This is the idea. If I can reach in and grab your card, is that a good trick?
I'd say that's a pretty good trick.
I need a tiny bit of wiggle room. There we go. I'll do that one. Now, if that's your card, that's a good trick, yeah?
Yeah,
That's
a
the
great
easy
trick.
part. The hard part's making the rest of the pack disappear. Check it out, look.
How much am I going to swear when I check this out?
Probably quite a lot.
Fucking block. This is just ridiculous. Look at this. The invisible deck. So I understand how you might have got it in my hand, right? I don't understand where the other fucking pack went.
Not a way. That's why I got the window open. Some poor sod outside is like, boom!
Just don't break the window like you did.
Yeah, so you know earlier when you're going, has the trick ever gone wrong? Yeah, but it wasn't my fault. I was in Magicman London, and I was going to do card through window with the signed card. So I get the card, put it in, sellotape, elastic band the deck, throw it towards the window, and the window smashes. I'm like, well, your card is on the other side of the window. So yeah, and it's nothing we can do about it. We don't know a window's going to break. It looked amazing. Another drinks one I was doing for a big company. There's one I do with like shot glass, like metal measures, and at the end there's a big burst of fire. I didn't know someone spilt vodka on the table.
Ah. Small problem.
So a woman's leaning in, and I went, you might want to step back a tiny bit, not knowing the vodka. A tiny bit of the paper when it was on fire, touched the table. So, I need to do that every time.
I mean, the best, yeah. There's a few tricks you can learn as a bartender.
Yeah.
With fire and stuff. Like cinnamon's great.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon. Oh, am I gonna teach you
Oh.
something? So cinnamon, like it gives you like a burst of flames. It's like, so say something's like burning a little bit, and you throw cinnamon on it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Ooh.
yeah, because I do it for a trick. Not a trick. Sorry, a drink that I make is called an Olympic flame. It was invented by my boss that I used to work for in Austria, and he made it because the Olympics was in the resort where I worked for a couple of years.
Okay.
But like back in the day.
Yeah.
But he invented it back in the day, so it's just like it's like a whole bunch of rums and juices and stuff, and it's like a shot, and you get an orange wedge, a sugar cube, and you douse the sugar cube in 80% rum, light the sugar cube on fire, and then it sort of slowly melts on top of the
What do
orange
you mean
wedge.
like this?
Yeah. So yeah, but then if you throw the cinnamon at the flame, then it goes like.
Guess what I'm doing when I get home?
Yeah. Rumor has it that the like custard powder works as well, but I haven't tried it with that.
I
But
know I've
cinnamon
got
is
cinnamon at home. Custard powder. It's like, what do you need this for, sir? I can't tell you that.
No, yeah, try that out, man. It's a good one because yeah, it's always fun. Just like a little.
Nice.
The other place I've seen it done is on Zombies, the cocktail. You have like a cinnamon shaker,
Yeah.
and you light the little rum thing on fire in the top, and you shake the thing. It's like,
See? Magic and cocktails. What more could you want?
no, who knows?
Well, I'm thinking
Well,
of you then.
so what's the best trick that you have seen that you either want to try or maybe just don't think you're even capable of attempting?
So we were talking about Penn and Teller Coolers.
Yeah.
Teller does an amazing one with like a tank, and he goes in, takes the coins out, and then all of a sudden goes in and there's like thousands of goldfish. I don't want to know how it works. You watch it and go, that's what I want to do, but I don't want to do it because I don't want to know how it works. I have an idea, but I don't want to prove it. Yeah.
What trick would you do if you went on Fool Us?
There's a card trick I used to do, and I do it on rare occasions, but it takes like 6 minutes. And it's just like, it's so impossible, it's beautiful. Yeah. And it uses so many different principles that cancel each other out.
Okay.
So if they try to work it out, you're not going to get there.
Have you considered applying?
Considered. But you have to tell them how it works.
You have to, even if you fool them.
Well, not Penn and Teller, but the people, kind of the consultants on it. Because if they take a guess and you go, no, and it is the right way, someone needs to know how it works.
Okay.
And I like the trick too much. Because once it's out there, no. For a bit of fame. No thanks.
It'd be cool to meet them.
I've met them once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Really cool. However, I got a pack of cards that are signed by like all the best magicians in the world. I forgot to bring it. I was like, right, I need to meet them again.
That would be, that's a great little sort of memento to have.
But if you could do real magic, you get a USB stick and download Teller's brain.
Yeah.
Just like, come on, just download that. That's what I need. Because he doesn't even speak when he's doing it. I'm just like, that's a whole different level. Yeah, just have fun with it. Have fun with life. There you go. Do what you do while you can. It's like if you've got a retirement plan, just do it now. Rather than wait until you're old enough and you can't do it.
Yeah. Tim Ferriss likes that idea.
Yeah.
He says he takes like mini retirements every 2 years.
Yeah.
Because he's like, well, I'd rather do it now while I'm young and able. What is your retirement plan? Like, how do you envision your career going out? Are you going to go Houdini style?
I reckon when my time's up, I'm going to go through the pearly gate backwards on fire, going Magic Man's here. Just have fun. I want a TV show at some point, working on something. But wait and see what happens with it. It's a magic show that no one's ever done before.
Okay, can you tell me more about what the idea would be?
No.
Okay.
No, I was talking through with a few people, and we were getting to a good point, and then something happened, like a pandemic. It kind of puts the spanner in the works. Which was actually good timing because it wasn't going the way I thought it was going, and it gave me time to reevaluate whether I still wanted to do it and what route I wanted to take. So yeah, it will happen. Will it happen in the next 3 years? Don't know. It will happen when it's meant to happen, and I'll tell everyone about it.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
So, final thing then, what would be your words of wisdom to aspiring magicians or someone who thinks maybe they want to try it and hasn't dabbled yet, or just people starting out?
Find a magician you like, find out why you like them, and then just start doing it to everyone you know. Learn the basics of magic. Learn the rules, because then you can break them.
Okay.
Rather than just being lucky. Just have fun doing it. If you need any advice, like jump on Instagram, drop me a message. I'll tell you the right places to go. If you've got a magic club near you, join that. Because that will give you your passion that you need. If you're in it for the money, don't get into it. If you're in it for just the enjoyment you get out of it, it's the best job in the world.
Yeah, I bet. What are the basics of magic? Like, what are the rules that you have to learn to break?
Rule number 1 is practice, and then practice even more.
You can't break that one.
Huh?
You can't break that one.
You can to a certain degree. You don't need to practice everything that goes into a trick. That's another top thing. Find tricks you like and learn those. You don't need hundreds of tricks. Have 5 or 6 really good ones that people know you for. And try and do it in people's hands. So much better. And don't be cocky about it. Just enjoy it. Yeah. Best job in the world.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, any problems, I'm on Instagram, like to Magicman London. Shoot me a message. I'll tell you where to start.
Right. Well, links will be in the description below for all that stuff. For people to check you out, to have their mind blown. And have you got any shows coming up?
Not at the moment. No, just like corporate events. If you're planning Christmas parties, give me a buzz.
There you go.
People need to get out now and see it. They're fed up of online. And it's so much better in the real world.
As is everything, I think. But anyway, David, Magicman, thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate you tuning in and making it all the way to the end of the show. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.